was a great practice for us. It was an extremely well-coached team that played a lot of guards and did a great job of taking care of the basketball, which we told them we were going to try to pressure them. We wanted them to be prepared, which they would have anyway, because Rick's a great coach. And, like I said, you know, most Division II teams are going to be guard heavy. And they can make shots too, so they can make us pay. So it was really good for us. We hadn't scrimmaged because of David had been out. He missed a bunch of practices. Justin's been out with his thumb. We don't carry a lot of walk-ons, so we really haven't been able to get up. And we play a lot of 4-on-4, and been working on building our offense and a lot of teaching, but just, you know, a red-black scrimmage, where other schools have had 2 and 3, we haven't had any. So it's our first extensive look at 5-on-5. The reason I bring that up is because a big part we're trying to wear teams down. I thought we got tired a little bit once we got the lead. I think we got up 23 or whatever it was. We got up 25, I guess it says. But, you know, with Justin out, Titus's first game, playing 25 minutes, I think there's a few times he looked fatigued. And just, you know, constantly trying to put the ball at full court and push the ball. It's going to take time for us to get used to that and build up our stamina. But we got our 40 deflections, which I didn't think we were going to get close, but the wearing down effect, I think, is the key. And when we started getting our deflections, we were able to blow the game open early in the second half, because there was a time going in. We ended up with 15 at half, but there was a time where we were in the single digits. We only had like 6 with 8 minutes to go in the half. So now that's a credit to Grand Valley State, though. They did a good job of taking care of the ball, and like I said, they were really prepared for our pressure. But thought from the center spot we got really good production with 11 points. Sheke had 5 blocks. Kelvin, Dave, you know, so it was 8 rebounds. We had 11, 8, and 5 out of that spot. And Dave really Kelvin didn't get a chance to play a lot. He played really well in his limited minutes. Dave got the foul, so we couldn't play him. I was just glad that he's feeling good. He's been battling that knee soreness. And we kept our turnovers down for the most part.
You only forced 13 turnovers, but because of the deflections, you think that that still had the effect that you wanted?
Well, it's a wearing effect. You know, you're not always going to get the steal. Trying to take teams out of their offense, out of their comfort zone. And then we're trying to do a couple of different things with our press. When they made that little run to cut the lead, it was because it was the coach's fault. We were trying to change some things, working on our pressure, and we had some guys confused. And that's why I said I thought we got tired, and I thought we got a little confused. But again, I was using it as practice, so there were certain things we wanted to try. And then we had a scoring drought as well when they went to the 1-3-1 and the 2-3. We had some of our bench guys in the game. We hadn't practiced any zone offense until today at shoot-around.
And I think the first half you only had 5 fast break points.
Yeah.
It was obvious that you were trying to force the action and get that.
Well, again, we called them and told them now. I mean, you know, this is preparation. So I wanted Grand Valley State we're playing them for a reason. Rick's a great coach, extremely prepared, and we called them and told them we're coming with the pressure. Be ready. To make it harder on us.
Did you tell them you were coming with the full court
offense
with push?
Yeah. You know, our style in the half court, full court, the whole thing, be ready for it. Because teams are going to scout us. Right. You know, you might as well, you know, say some people, hey, I'm not worried about the score today. You know, I'm trying to get better. You know, this is a process. For them, to bring some team in here that can't handle pressure would have been a waste of our time. We need to bring in a well-coached team like this group, and they did a great job taking care of the ball. Their kids really competed, never gave up. Put some game pressure on us a little bit. But our guys did a good job. One of the things with our style is don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep looking at the deflection board and just try to keep staying on the attack, try to wear down our opponent. The run will come. don't stress out about why the game's close. It's a new thing for our guys. We've done it some, but totally committed to it this year. So I was happy with the guys with that.
You got a nice start from Titus Rules.
Titus is a very good player. He's only going to get better. I think anybody that watches can see his talent level. He's extremely high. He's a great athlete, but he's got a good basketball IQ. He can make shots. He can really pass. Conditioning needs to improve. I thought he got tired sometimes, but he's really competitive. He's as talented a player as come in here since I've been here.
He's as talented as any player that's come in?
As a head coach. He's as talented, raw basketball ability as any guy that's walked in here. Now, he's got to get better in certain areas, obviously. But I think he's a great example. All he got to do is watch. I see him every day. Don't just get on the internet and follow recruiting services. They're not always right.
He's got kind of a funky three-point shot the way
he can make them.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of heart too, guys. He's really competitive. He's had a groin and an ankle injury and refused to get out of practice. I literally had to put him out of practice on the sideline. But he's such a tough kid.
So the few 9 minutes that David Marcy played, kind of discount that because he hasn't practiced much?
Yeah, I was just happy he was feeling good. He practiced about, today's Monday, a little bit Saturday, a little bit Sunday. He was feeling great today. We've been trying to just, I think the first week of practice at our level, he had never played that hard in his life. And it was tough on him. He's got Taylor Swift's legs.
What about Justin's thumb injury? Is that just
precautionary?
Is it just jammed? Or?
Yeah, I don't anticipate it being a problem. I hope not.
Sheck has you've already mentioned like a totally different body this year. Did you talk about how that's changed his game, what style of play he's adapted to now?
Well, he's healthy and he's in shape. So, the things he brings to the table, blocking shots is the main thing for us. I'm not happy with his rebounds. As I look, he didn't have a defensive rebound. So I'm going to mess with him on the film. I have to look at the film and see why that happened. I'm going to call him tonight on the way home and ask him where he was. But I guess he was too busy blocking shots than to get the rebounds. I think he maybe shot a lot of threes that bounced long. But, it's really hard to be effective when you're as hurt as he was last year. Sometimes people think, Coach, he's just not that good. Coach is making excuses. He wasn't that good of a recruit. The guy you're seeing now is the guy that we saw last year until he had his high ankle sprain. We sat him out 4 weeks to try to be cautious about it, and we brought him back in the first practice. He did it again, the same ankle, the same spot. He just ruined his year.
Cash said he's better now than he was at this time last year.
Well, he knows more. Obviously he's been around a year. He's much more mature, and he's still improving. He's a guy. He didn't play a lot of basketball. That's the one thing about the kids most of the kids from Africa. They just haven't played a lot of competitive basketball. They maybe have been to camps and done drills, but they haven't been in games. In games at the level that they're seeing other athletes their size.
Was David nervous? What was he like before the game?
Hard to say. I thought he was nervous at shoot-around, but you got to understand, big folk don't say a lot.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I found that out.
Yeah, I tried to interview him. It didn't.
I block shots, I rebound, I run the floor.
Yeah. Okay. Dave's English is very good. It's just because of his accent, he gets a little self-conscious because he's got a Sudanese accent. He rolls his R's.
That guy, we got Cash.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, do you remember what the student section usually looked like for this exhibition season and really non-conference in general?
I was really happy with two things tonight. Grand Valley State really helped us get better tonight. The way they passed the ball and moved without the ball, can't simulate that in practice. We needed that. So I was really happy with that. These games are a waste if you just come in and some team shoots the first pass and it just becomes a circus. They ran the real offense, stuff that we're going to have to play against, which is why we're playing Bellarmine next Monday, another great team with one of my best friends, but he's a great coach. The second thing, and maybe the first thing I'm most happy about, was the student section tonight. Sold out. We switched to general admission, which was a great move by our athletic administration and people from Whit Babcock on down. And I think, you know, the kids knowing they can get the ticket and get here early. But that matters now. That's huge. That's a huge step for our program. You know, talking to a guy that wants to be here and build, recruits will see that. You know, the students are here every game like that. It matters.
Is that something that was very noticeable the last few years, when particularly during the exhibition games they would be so empty, or
Oh yeah,
frustrating, I guess?
well, you know, obviously I have a checklist of a lot of things in this program that we've continued to get better at, and where I would like everything to get to. You know, I don't know if I'll ever get them all, but I mean, the students are the key, because you know, you love to have your fans at every game, but the students are the backbone, because they're the ones who are going to bring enthusiasm to the arena. And we represent them. Let's just be honest. I mean, you know, we're not a club team. You know, we're the University of Cincinnati, so we represent our student body. So, you know, the fact that they understand that they matter. You know, and now they get there early, so now they're going to matter during the warm-ups. And we got to make sure you know, it's new things. We got to make sure that we keep it clean, because we've been some places that I hate because the way their students act 45 minutes before a game. So that won't happen. You know, we're going to have to make sure that don't happen here. We can mess with, you know, and there's a good, you know, there's a way to mess with the other team while they're warming up, you know, in a classy way. So probably one on my list is the students tonight. Two is how prepared Grand Valley State was. They really helped us get better.
Why couldn't they get to the early before?
Well, they could, but now it's general seating, so first come, first serve.
Oh, before they had specific seating.
Yeah, specific seating. So now there's incentive to come up, get your ticket early and get there early. There's incentive for that. So a great move by our administration, great move.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.